Welcome to the RIU in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. The Hotel RIU Guanacaste sits on Costa Rica's northwest coast. It sits side by side with its sister property, RIU Palace. The two properties are absolutely immaculate and wonderful. I don't know much else about the sister property, but I'm going to tell you everything I know about RIU Guanacaste. Check-in was quick and easy. We went to the counter, there was no line, we were away from the counter in less than 5 minutes, got politely offered to take our bags, and we were off to our room. Our room was great. It was just what we needed, just the right layout, with the kids being in a separate room, having their own bathroom. We had the master bedroom with its own bathroom. The room wasn't over the top as far as fancy, but it was very, very nice. And the view was amazing. We left the room and we started exploring the grounds and we found the pool. The pool was definitely a highlight of our trip to the RIU. It was just simply amazing. They had activities going on poolside all the time. There were plenty of seats. You didn't have to go out at 5 o'clock in the morning and put towels down to reserve any seats. However, that may be because the RIU was a little bit slower while we were there. They had cold jacuzzis around the swim-up bar, which is kind of neat and cool, and I hadn't experienced that before. The swim-up bar was amazing, the drinks were great, and the service was even better. And they had a hot tub in the center of the pool built on an elevated island. And that was a really neat scene and a nice setup, very unique. Pool was very warm. It was probably around 85 degrees. So another very unique thing is they had a camera crew, and I say crew, but there was about 5 or 6 different individuals roaming around the pool area, actually in the pool, with very nice DSLR cameras, and they were just taking photos for people and trying to capture some great moments, and I think they did a great job. There's a little shop out where the strip mall is, which I'll tell you more about in a little bit, and you can go in there and shop the photos that they took and purchase them in any way that you'd like. Directly behind the swim-up bar was a standard bar area, had plenty of seating, and if the swim-up bar was a little busy, you could just hop out, come around there, and get a drink really fast. The resort had bars staggered across the property, made it very convenient to get a drink whenever you're looking for one. Now let's talk about food. They had 3 specialty restaurants: Italian, steakhouse, and Asian. Now, when we were there was only one specialty restaurant open per night, and they kind of rotated. But the star of the show, I think, for food was the buffet. The buffet was absolutely phenomenal, whether it was breakfast, lunch, or dinner. The spread of food was just mind-blowing. The food just went on and on and on. Yes, those are donuts. And on and on. Yes, that's a juice bar. It just went on and on and on, and it wasn't the exact same stuff every day. It was a wonderful setup. There was a list of activities to do around the resort. It just all day long, there was something you could go and be a part of. And for the kids had things that they could do as well that were more kid-oriented with other kids, and that made it very nice. So let's take a look out front of the Hotel Rio, where if you rent a car, you can park it there, no charge. They also had a line of strip malls down the entrance here, and they had all kinds of cool specialty shops, including that photo shop I was telling you about. The coast is the west coast of Costa Rica, so there's lots of volcanic rock, and the sand is a volcanic sand. It sticks to you much easier than regular sand. They have places to wash your feet off before you go back up to the resort. The water's not a clear Caribbean blue like some people may expect. It's more of like a clear emerald green. They kept the grounds of the resort absolutely immaculate. Everything was trimmed and nice and neat, and they worked at it every day. Now, once a week, they cut grass with a huge weed eater, which is very loud and kind of annoying. My only real complaint about the Rio is they used wastewater to irrigate all the grounds and the plants. Now, they had signs up in certain areas saying do not enter, but there was no official we're using wastewater to, irrigate our lawns and plants kind of disclaimer. But you could tell from the smell, and usually in the early mornings, it was wastewater. Now, they had a nice little setup for the smaller kids, their own special pool, as well as a building with fun activities to do. And of course, the wildlife in Costa Rica is just absolutely amazing. Little tip, on the back walkway to the beach, that's where the monkeys hide out in the trees. You'd have to kind of catch them at the right time, but they'd either be sleeping or making a bunch of noise. You go over there enough and you'll definitely see the monkeys. You out there like us who'd like to get off the property, go out and explore and do excursions, this next part's for you. Costa Rica offers everything from zip lining to four-wheeling to scuba diving to surfing, you name it, they have it. And there's somebody around every corner to try to help you at the Rio. These folks at the front are very, very helpful. There's also guys where the path leads to the beach, right at the entrance of the beach. Those guys are a little more bullyish. However, this four-wheeler trip we went on was arranged for by one of those guys out by the beach. Very fair price, and it's one of the best things we did while we were in Costa Rica.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you.
While the scuba diving wasn't the best because Costa Rica's northwest coast was experiencing a red tide at the time we were there, it was still a blast and we had a lot of fun. Did I mention the sunsets? So the video is not sponsored by RIU. They didn't even realize I was doing a review. However, what I'll say is that I'll definitely be staying at RIU's in the future because this experience was absolutely amazing. They took wonderful care of us and the property was it was fantastic. I do want to put a disclaimer out there that the resort was only, from what I heard, about 30 to 40% occupied. So, I don't know if they scale the staff with the expected guest or what. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. If they're running at a larger or full capacity, I'm not sure how they would handle things. But I know when we were there in November, it was amazing.